39. Origin of the moon. The Lord. Before many thousand times thousand of earth years, this earth was bodily significant heavier, and its spirits were severely pressed. The worst spirits got angry and separated together with a great deal of the most coarse material mass from it, and swarmed many thousands of years in a very disorderly path around this earth. Since all the parts, except for a few lumps, were still very soft and partly melted, and the whole mass was constantly rotating, finally the whole mass formed a large sphere, for which the rotation around its own axis was way too slow for its small diameter, to keep the liquid on its not quite insignificant surface evenly spread. And because its orbit around the Earth was very fast, resulting in the liquids concentrating always at the side facing away from Earth, as a result of the old centrifugal gravity. Thereby, the actual point of gravity of this round lump was continuously pushed to the side where all the liquids accumulated. In time, the too slow axis rotation had come to a halt. After the lump became itself more compact, through which the water could not that easily trickle through, and the waves taken along started to heavily oppose the rotation by surging against newly formed high mountain walls, and the entire lump started to show the earth from which it was ejected, constantly only one face. And this was also good, so that its stubborn spirits could enjoy how good it is to be stuck in a most dry and nearly all food absent matter. Since people are living on this earth, does this part of the moon, since the lump under discussion is the moon, also serves the purpose that the most world-loving human souls are sent thereto, and from there, encapsulated in an airy material skin, can amply watch their beautiful world from a far distance of over 100,000 hours walking for a few thousand years, and feel sorry for themselves that they cannot be its stingy inhabitants any more. But that they, despite all their desire, cannot return to this earth any more, has been most properly provided for. But a few aeons of earth years will in time bring even the very most stubborn to their senses. You have seen now how the entire material world creation has originated, up to the moons of the planets, which have almost everywhere where they exist, originated in the same manner, have the same nature, and serve now the same purpose. How and for which reason the entire material world creation up to the moons has originated out of and in themselves fallen spirits. In exactly the same manner have in time on the hard and heavy world bodies originated the mountains as the first gigantic plants of a world, and later on all kinds of plants, animals, and lastly, man himself. Better spirits continuously extricate themselves with force from the increasing pressure of matter, dissolving their own with the power of their will. They could immediately go over to the order of the pure spirits, but the old stimulus still exercises also its old power. Self-love immediately awakens again. The plant sucks, the animal eats, and the soul of man searches, hardly entering the old God form, most greedily for material food and a similar sluggish well-being. Therefore, she must immediately encapsulate herself with a material body, which is nevertheless more tender than the old sinful matter. Despite the more tender body, the soul in it, nevertheless, increases self-love to such an extent that she would again become the hardest matter if I wouldn't have placed a guard, a spark of my spirit of love, in her heart.